If I could give just one piece of advice to my younger self, it will be this. There is a lot of BS money advice out there. Ignore them. Honestly, money advice is everywhere. You hear it from friends, family, TikTok experts, and even your neighbor who suddenly became a cryptocurrency guru. But not all advice is good advice. And blindly following outdated or oversimplified tips can cost you big time. In this video, we're diving into 25 of the most common money advice you've probably heard and why you need to stop listening to them right now. I'm not just debunking money myth here. I'm talking from my own personal experience, and I'm giving you the mindset to stop falling for bad advice and take control of your money. Money advice number 14 and 19 are classics. Watch out for them. Have you ever heard someone say, renting is like pouring money down the drain? I hear it all the time. So, money advice number one to ignore is renting is just throwing money away. I even heard that advice this morning. Now, here's what I think: owning a home isn't always the better option. Between property taxes, maintenance costs, and market fluctuations, home ownership can quickly drain your savings. Renting can be the smarter move if it means more flexibility or it allows you to invest elsewhere. Owning a home isn't the only way to build wealth, it's just one option among many. And renting is not throwing money away. This famous coffee advice is very popular, but it's overrated. So, money advice number two to ignore is cut your daily coffee to save thousands of dollars. Cutting your $5 coffee every day won't magically make you rich. Yes, small expenses add up, but the real impact comes from managing big ticket items like housing, cars, loans, and investments. If your coffee gives you joy, like it does me, and fits your budget, keep it. Focus on cutting unnecessary big expenses, not your daily coffee. Maybe for you, it's not coffee, but whatever it is, keep it if it gives you joy. Moving on. If you think a six-figure income is the ticket to financial freedom, think again. And that is the main reason you should ignore money advice number three, which says a high salary guarantees wealth. A high salary is great for sure, but it doesn't guarantee wealth. Without proper money management, even a big paycheck can disappear just as fast as it comes in. Lifestyle inflation, which is the urge to spend more as you earn more, can leave you living paycheck to paycheck, regardless of how much you earn. Wealth isn't about what you make, it's about what you keep. This next one you definitely should ignore because I know millionaires that have budgets because they need them. So, money advice number four is you don't need a budget if you earn enough. You should ignore this because without a budget, you're just guessing where your money is going, and that's dangerous. A budget isn't about restricting yourself, it's about understanding your spending and maximizing your goals. No matter how much you earn, a lack of planning can lead to overspending, debt, or even missed opportunities to save and invest. You need to budget. Money advice number five is you must get a college degree to succeed financially. It's not true. Agreed. I have a college degree, and I think that a college education is important, no doubt, but it's not the only path to financial success. Trades, entrepreneurship, and certifications can often lead to lucrative careers without a college degree. And if you dig deep, some of the wealthiest people skipped traditional college altogether. Please go to school if necessary, but focus on skills and opportunities, not just diplomas. Now, let's talk about investing. While doing your own investing sounds empowering, it's not for everyone. Some of us need help. And that's why you should not pay any attention to money advice number six, which says never use a financial advisor. Do it yourself. Financial advisors can provide valuable guidance, especially for complex situations like tax planning or estate management. Even experienced investors sometimes rely on professionals for second opinions. The key isn't to avoid advisors entirely, but to find one who aligns with your goals and charges fair fees. Money advice number 7 is debt is always bad. That's not true. It's not true at all. First of all, not all debt is created equal. High interest credit card debt is bad, but a mortgage or a student loan at a low interest rate, that can be considered good debt if it improves your future financial position. Debt is simply a tool. It can help or hurt depending on how you use it. Learn the difference so you can leverage it wisely. While being debt free sounds great, rushing to pay off a low interest mortgage might not be the best financial move. Instead, consider investing that extra money in a high interest investment. So when you hear money advice number 8 telling you that it's better to pay off your mortgage early, take it with a pinch of salt. There are many investments that will provide higher returns than the interest you save on your mortgage. Besides, paying off your home too early could leave you cash strapped in an emergency. No one is chasing you, so don't pay back if you are not under pressure to do so. Believe it or not, I used to believe money advice number 9 for a long time until I realized it was BS to a large extent. Money advice number 9 says only buy name brand products. They are higher quality. Name brand products are good, no doubt. But now I know that many generic or store brand products are just as good as their name brand counterparts. Whether it's food, medication, or even household items, you often pay more for the brand name than the actual product itself. A quick comparison of ingredients or reviews will convince you and can help you save without sacrificing quality. We are at money advice number 10, and this one says buying new is always better than used. The truth is, we all love new, but whether it's cars, furniture, or electronics, new is sweet, but buying used can save you a ton of money. New items lose money quickly. You know, like that car that depreciates the moment you drive it off the lot. Have you heard that before? If you're smart about buying second-hand items, you can get nearly new quality for a fraction of the price of a new item. Try it. Now, just because you can afford the monthly payment on something does not mean that it's a wise purchase. But that's what money advice number 11 says. It says that as long as you can afford the payment, you're good. Not so much. Stretching payments over long periods often means paying way more in interest than if you purchased when you have the money. So use this tip. Always look at the total cost of your purchase, not just the monthly payment. And that will give you an idea if that is a good purchase or not. And please avoid financing things like vacations or expensive gadgets if you can't pay in full. Money advice number 12 is not a good one, and I wonder where it came from. It says you don't need a will until you're old. It's almost cliche, but it's a very common and terrible advice. Thinking a will is for retirees is a common mistake. If you have assets and dependents, a will is essential. Without one, if something happens to you, the government decides what happens to your belongings. And it's not always what you would have wanted if you had a choice. It's never too early to plan for the unexpected. And making a will does not mean that you will die. I'm talking to you because that thought just crossed your mind. Don't lie. Now let's talk about savings. Even though we all know how important savings are, money advice number 13 tells people that they need to be debt free before they can save. Hello? This advice ignores the power of compound interest. Yes, I agree. Do pay off high interest debt first, but don't put off savings entirely. Building an emergency fund or investing a little each month ensures that you're prepared for the unexpected. You can tackle debt and save simultaneously. It's all about balance. Money advice number 14 is classic, and I want to knock the head of everyone who gives this advice. And the advice is you should always say yes to overtime. Oh my God. Extra hours mean extra pay. I know, but overtime can come at the expense of your health, your relationships, or your long-term goals. I'm not saying never say yes to overtime. If I did, you will stop watching this video right now. I didn't say that, But instead of saying yes to every overtime opportunity, say no sometimes and focus on growing your skills, pursuing side hustles, or investing. That way, you may not need overtime that much anymore. Your time is valuable. Spend it wisely, not just on more hours at work. Money advice number 15 is you can skip insurance if you're healthy or young. This is another insurance hitting advice. Skipping insurance, whether it's health insurance, life insurance, critical illness insurance, or any kind of insurance at all, can be a costly gamble. A gamble that many of you are taking. Emergencies don't care about your age or your health status, and one unexpected event can wipe out your entire savings. Insurance isn't an expense, it's protection for the life that you're working hard to build. Ignore this advice and stop giving it to others yourself. I know everyone has heard the saying that money cannot buy happiness, but not many people care. While earning more money can improve your quality of life, note that it doesn't guarantee happiness. And even though money advice number 16 is quite popular in some quarters, where you hear people say, the more money you make, the happier you will be. Studies show that after your basic needs are met, additional wealth has diminishing returns on your happiness, meaning more money might not necessarily make you happy. So focus on financial security for sure, but remember to invest in experiences, relationships, and your mental well being as well. If you are finding this helpful or even one advice has struck you, don't forget to like and leave a comment. Now, on to money advice number 17. This one says that having a job is enough to build wealth. Well, not exactly. Relying solely on your salary is risky in today's economy. Jobs can be lost, and salaries don't always grow as fast as inflation. So, building wealth requires a mix of savings, investments, and possibly creating multiple income streams. A job is a start, but it shouldn't be your only plan. Money advice number 18 is both harmful and untrue. And it says, it's too late to start saving if you're over 40. And I'm wondering, if it's too late, should they not even invest at all? I agree that starting early gives you more time, but it's never, ever too late to start saving and investing, even after 40 years old. We say in my place that the time you wake up is your own morning. Even small, consistent savings later in life can make a big difference. The key is to start where you are and stay consistent. Time and discipline are your best friends in this. Money advice number 19 is very popular, and I feel that business people spread this one. And it says, buy now because prices will only go up. Says who? This is just FOMO at work. FOMO, or fear of missing out, is real, but it's a terrible strategy for making major purchases. Whether it's real estate, stocks, or a car, prices fluctuate. It can't always go up. Haba! Rushing into a purchase because of fear often leads to overpaying or regretting your decision later. Take the time to evaluate the market and your financial situation before jumping in. Money advice number 20 is very popular, especially when talking about emergency funds. This one says you should have 6 months' salary saved at all times. Well, the idea of a 6 month emergency fund is a solid advice, but it's not universal. It is not set in stone, and it should not put you under any kind of pressure. If you're in a stable job with low expenses, 3 months might just be enough. Equally, if you're self employed, you might need a year's worth of emergency fund. The key is to tailor your savings to your lifestyle and your risk level. Don't stress over arbitrary numbers. Just focus on what makes sense for you. Money advice number 21 says never borrow money for a business. Okay, these are people that hate any form of debt. But now, while avoiding debt sounds wise, the truth is many successful businesses started with borrowed money. If you have a solid business plan and a clear path to profitability, borrowing can be a smart way to grow. The key is knowing when and how to leverage debt, not avoiding debt altogether. Wow, we are already at number 22. And this one concerns all of us. And it's classic. Money advice number 22 is you should never mix friends or family with money. People who say this have been burned. It's great advice if you know what I'm talking about. But while caution is important, this advice oversimplifies the reality of life. Sometimes lending money or starting a business with a trusted friend or family member can be a great decision. Sometimes it's not. It can swing anyway. But saying never to mix friends and family with money is reaching too far. The key is to set clear boundaries, write everything down, have a contract, and treat it like a professional arrangement. Money advice number 23 says that high interest savings accounts are the best place to keep your money. Okay, high interest savings accounts are great for sure. But while they are great for short term savings, they are not ideal for long term wealth building. Inflation often outpaces the interest that is earned, meaning that your money loses purchasing power over time. Investments like ETFs or mutual funds are better options for growing wealth. Focus on those instead. Have some high interest savings accounts, of course, but only for short term goals. Money advice number 24 is not a good one. I don't like it. It says this that you can't save money if you have kids. Is that why some people just don't want children? I agree that having children can strain your finances, but it doesn't make saving impossible. What about the joy of children? What about that? Anyway, budgeting, cutting unnecessary expenses, and planning ahead can help you manage costs while still building your financial future, even if you have children. Children don't have to derail your goals, they just require more planning. No matter how much pressure you might be feeling to start a business, please note that not everyone is cut out for entrepreneurship, and that's okay. And that's also why you really, really need to ignore money advice number 25 that says you need to own a business to be wealthy. Many people build wealth by working traditional jobs, investing wisely, and living below their means. Owning a business is just one path, but it's not the only way to financial freedom. Take that advice with a pinch of salt. Remember, money is personal. Financial advice isn't one size fits all. What works for someone else might not work for you. So stop blindly following one size fits all advice and start questioning everything. Always question what you hear and tailor it to your own goals and situation. So tell me, which of these money advice surprised you the most? Let me know in the comments. If you found this video helpful, don't stop here. Watch these 6 secret strategies to legally pay less tax in Canada next. You'll be amazed at how much more you can save. Thanks for watching.